Komintern was a Soviet light cruiser originally named Pamiat Merkuria, a Bogatyr-class protected cruiser built for the Imperial Russian Navy. She saw service during World War I in the Black Sea and survived the Russian Civil War. Although heavily damaged, she was repaired by the Soviet Navy and put into service as a training cruiser. In 1941 she was reclassified as a minelayer and provided gunfire support and transported troops during the Siege of Odessa, Siege of Sevastopol, and the Kerch-Feodosiya Operation in the winter of 1941–42. She was damaged beyond repair at Bogatyr by a German air attack on 16 July 1942. Afterwards she was disarmed and hulked. At some point she was towed to the mouth of the Kobe River and sunk there as a breakwater on 10 October 1942. Description: Komintern normally displaced 6,340 long tons. The ship had an overall length of 134.9 meters, a beam of 16.4 meters and a mean draft of about 6.8 meters. She was powered by two vertical triple expansion steam engines, each driving one shaft, which developed a total of 19,500 shaft horsepower and gave a maximum speed of 23 knots. The engines were powered by 16 coal-fired Belleville boilers. The ship had a range of 2,100 nautical miles at a speed of 12 knots. Komintern's crew consisted of 573 officers and men. The ship was rearmed during World War I with 1455 caliber 130 mm 55B7 pattern 1913 guns in single mounts, 4 of which were mounted in casemates. Her anti-aircraft armament consisted of two 75 mm guns. She also mounted 6 submerged 457 mm torpedo tubes, 3 on each broadside. Komintern's armored deck and her casemates were 76 mm thick. The armor of the conning tower was 152 mm thick. Service history: a crew of Pamiat Merkuria pledged its allegiance to the Ukrainian People's Republic on 12 November 1917, soon after the October Revolution. The occupation of the Ukrainian People's Republic by the Red Army early in 1918 led it to lay up on 28 March 1918 with her guns stripped by Bolsheviks to equip armored trains. She was captured by the Germans on 1 May 1918 after being left behind in Sevastopol due to its uselessness and used as a barracks ship. She was renamed to Hetman Ivan Mazepa on 17 September 1918 and formally handed over to the Ukrainian States Navy. Upon the end of the World War I and withdrawal of the armed forces of Central Powers, she fell into the hands of the Whites under the support of the Triple Entente in November 1918. She had her engines sabotaged in April 1919 by order of the British when the Whites temporarily lost control of Sevastopol. She was further damaged by the explosion of a mine when the Whites abandoned the Crimea in 1920. Once she fell into Soviet hands, she spent several years under repair, which required parts and material from her sisters that were even more damaged. She was given the proper revolutionary name of Komintern, after the Communist International on 31 December 1922 and was recommissioned in June 1923. She was refitted in 1930 as a training cruiser and lost 4 boilers which were converted to classrooms. 6 of her waist guns were replaced by 4 obsolete 75mm 50 guns. Her submerged broadside torpedo tubes were also removed during this refit. She collided with Krasny Kavkaz in 1932 and seriously damaged the forecastle of the latter ship. Sources are unclear when she was rearmed, but it probably wasn't until the late 1930s, probably when her forward smokestack was also removed. She landed all of her 75mm 50 guns in exchange for a modern suite of anti-aircraft guns: 3 single 76.2mm, 3 single 45mm 21K, 2 single 25mm and 5 12.7mm machine guns. In 1941 she was modified as a minelayer and could carry 195 mines, but her speed had been reduced to 12 knots. World War II Komintern, in company with the cruisers Krasny Kavkaz, Chervona Ukraina and a number of destroyers, laid down a defensive mine barrage protecting the Black Sea Fleet base at Sevastopol on the 22nd of June. Komintern, along with the destroyers Nezamozhinsk and Shurmyan, was assigned to cooperate with the separate coastal army on the 8th of August 1941 and spent much of the next month bombarding Romanian positions and coast defenses. During the Siege of Odessa, she escorted a number of convoys to and from the besieged city. During the Crimean campaign, Komintern delivered supplies to the 44th Army at Feodosiya on the 1st of January 1942 and ferried troops and supplies to Sevastopol for the next several months. She was badly damaged by a German air attack on the 11th of March, but was able to continue under her own power. She was damaged again in Novorossiysk by Igrapi Kampfgeschwader 76 on the 2nd of July 1942 and moved to Bogatyr shortly afterwards. She was severely damaged again, or sunk, by another German air attack on the 16th of July 1942 at Bogatyr. She was deemed non-repairable. She was disarmed in August-September 1942. Her guns forming coast defense batteries at Tuapse and Hulk. If she was sunk, she was refloated at some point, and on the 10th of October she was towed to the mouth of the Kobe River, just north of Bogatyr, and sunk as a breakwater.